Welcome back, everybody. Um, Welcome back to the stream. Last time we we saw some big changes in the world. Um, we went back to Bergenworth. We took out the Bergenworth spider we've heard about before, but just saw for the first time. Rom the vacuous spider. Saw some interesting changes to the world. Um, Mostly seemingly for the worse. Um, and we also, for the first time so far in this playthrough, ran out of blood vials. And I know my haters have been waiting for this to happen. My many detractors, they were cheering for this to happen all along, and you know what? It finally did. So, it happens to the best of us. So for the first time in this playthrough, I finally had to, between streams, farm for blood vials. I went back to Central Yarnum, very beginning of the game. In my opinion, one of the better places to farm for blood vials in the game. Gathered up a whole new stockpile of blood vials, so hopefully that we won't run into the same issue again this time. But something happened. I forgot that there's, as in addition to the world state change, there is a state change for one of the NPCs, a longtime friend of ours in this world, one of our few friends, Gilbert, who you may remember as the guy who, in one of the Central Yarnum lamp, is like, his window is like right there. He, much like us, he's an outsider to Yarnum. He pointed us in the direction of the cathedral ward early on. He also gave us at some point the flamethrower or the flame sprayer or whatever that weapon is called. And something that I think I've had at various points drawn folks' attention to is that it seemed like he was getting sicker and sicker as the night progressed. So the outcome of Gilbert's story is, after this second world state change following defeating Rom, Gilbert finally succumbs to the beast plague and bursts out of his window in the form of a beast not unlike the ones that you find in Old Yarnum. I wanted to get a picture of this so that you could see what he looks like when he, when you finally come across him like this. I tried, in the course of my farming, I came across him like this. I tried to run away from him, but he like followed me down a ladder and like threw himself to his death, basically. So I'm not able to actually show you Gilbert in this ultimate, cursed state. He is just a little, I mean, yeah, all those, that type of beast is the one of the littlest guys in Bloodborne. So, maybe it's for the best that you all don't have to see Gilbert in this, in his final, the final stages of his beast strickenness. But that is, I think we have a couple other, at least one other NPC I think that we need to check in on in Central Yarnum. So I did want to stop in there first, but I had to open with that because it is kind of like, it's one of the many sad NPC side stories in this game. It's one of the few that has like such a dramatic kind of like ending. But you know, it is what it is. At least you get to like see that, and I'll also show you in a moment here his broken open like little window. Let's cut over to game here. The other thing that when you kill him in beast form, he also drops a new rune, which I wanted to read here. The claw mark rune, a carol rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. The claw mark is an impulse to seek the warmth of blood like a beast. It strengthens visceral attacks, one of the darker hunter techniques. Although the difference is subtle, runesmith Carol describes the beast, which is a different rune that also deals with visceral attacks. Or no, that's beast transformations. Carol describes the beast as a horrific and unwelcome instinct deep within the hearts of men, while Clawmark is an alluring invitation to accept this very nature. So that is what our departed friend drops when he dies. We also picked up a couple items. I feel like, yeah, we picked up a couple other items last session, which I was in too much of a hurry to read. Tiny Tonitrus. Now, reminder that the Tonitrus is that electric weapon that I used last time. It's an actual weapon. This is the Tiny Tonitrus, which is not an actual weapon. It's an item that you can use. It's basically one of the spell items. Tonitrus is a unique weapon crafted by Archibald, the infamous eccentric of the Healing Church Workshop. This is a similar Morningstar mace that utilizes quicksilver bullets. When struck into the ground, it recreates the blue sparks that are said to surround the dark beasts. Which I don't think we've encountered a dark beast yet. Like Archibald's masterpiece, this too is a superb conductor of the powerful blue sparks. So that's that. Oh, another thing. When we defeated Rom, she dropped this kin cold blood, which is one of these cold blood items, but it's a new category. So we've had, you know, cold blood dew, thick cold blood, frenzied cold blood. This is our first kin cold blood. So let's look at what that has to say. Cold blood of inhuman kin of the cosmos, brethren of the great ones. We've heard of the great ones, of course. I think this is one of either the first or one of the first references to the kin of the cosmos. Used to gain unspeakable blood echoes, dare not to delve into the world beyond humanity, the eldritch truth touched upon long ago at Bergenworth. So that's interesting. I mean, you know, the fact that Rom dropped this, the direct reference to Bergenworth, I think we can go out on a limb here and say that Rom was one of the kin of the cosmos, brethren to the great ones. Let's go ahead and use this. Let's gain unspeakable 20,000 blood echoes. Unspeakable blood echoes. I think I need 22 or 23. Which is 4. Let's pop another one of those. I think I can gain a level here. Let's see if that puts me over.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire? Very well, let me...
Yeah, there we go. And let's put another one in Vitality.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in...
Oh, I also, in between episodes, the only other thing I did... Hey, Clem. The only other thing I did, I think, was upgrade the Cark Hammer again. I put all the bloodstone chunks or whatever they're called into the hammer. I think it's up to +7 now. Yeah, here's where our dear departed friend Gilbert once resided. I forgot that this was the point in the game when he finally goes beast mode. And you know, I had to take him out. But I think there is one more NPC I need to talk to. In Central Yarnum, so let's go over here. Yep. Okay. Let's... there. There we go. Goodness. And we got a big boy over here. Yep, there he is. Okay, I think... Let's check in on the little girl.
You haven't by any chance seen my little sister, have you? I told her to look after the house. But she's run off somewhere. She's still quite small. And wears a big white ribbon. Have you seen her out there anywhere?
Now, as you may recall, we actually had been talking to a different little girl here. It's the little girl who we told her parents, Father Gascoigne, and the, I think, nameless woman who is... You know, you find dead in his boss arena. You tell her about them. She cries. You come back later. She's gone. And then, like, basically on the path between here and the boss arena, you basically find out she's been eaten by that giant pig in the aqueduct or whatever. And you find her messenger ribbon, or you find her ribbon, which you can dress up the messengers in. Now, we find out now she has an older sister, apparently. We can give her older sister the blood-soaked ribbon, or we can not give her the blood-soaked ribbon. I'm gonna give her the blood-soaked ribbon. She deserves to know, I think.
How did this happen? Why would she ever go outside? At least I'll have something to remember her by.
I think that's the... Oh. Oh man, did I miss the... Okay, well. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, it's wonderful.
A little bit of a you know, change of heart there. Interesting. I don't know. I must have juked myself out of that other line of dialogue. You can probably pause it in the VOD or whatever. I forget exactly what she says there. I was trying to not run out of range and accidentally like re-entered the radius or whatever, where I guess she doesn't finish the audio cuts out or whatever. Oops. But yeah, huh. 1 second she seemed real broken up about it, and then the next second some other type of emotion happening there. Seems like, you know, everyone in Yharnam is really going through it right now, though. So perhaps we shouldn't be so surprised by that. I think that's the last NPC that we needed to talk to in Central Yharnam at this point. Actually, no, we can just run where we're going next. And pick up a couple more vials on the way. So yeah, I just on the topic of farming blood vials, I've heard some people like talk about ooh, 4, damn. I've heard some people talk about Hemwick Charnel Lane being their preferred vial farming location, and there are some enemies that drop like, you know, 3 or more blood vials at a time there, but I just never really liked farming blood vials there, you know, the times that I've had to, just because Central Yharnam, like almost all of the enemies have a chance to drop blood vials, and there are like so many of them here that usually like all of these types of enemies have like a chance of dropping 1 to 2 blood vials, and even though they don't do it that often, there's so many of them here that you usually get a few from them. Plus the big Brickman enemies pretty reliably drop. Oh, and of course he doesn't drop them. They pretty reliably drop 2, and sometimes, I mean, just a second ago we saw one drop 4. And these guys drop 2 to 3 as well, pretty reliably. But all of that being said, like, all of the enemies here, like, this is the first area in the game, and so all of the enemies here are super weak, basically. And you know what? A blood vial dropped by one of the weakest enemies in the game heals the same amount as a blood vial dropped by, you know, a much tougher enemy. And so when it comes to farming blood vials, I pretty much always just come back to Central Yharnam because it takes almost no effort. And you come out the other side with usually a comparable number of blood vials. And I don't know, it's just, you know, if what we're doing is farming, then I want it to be as low effort as possible. I don't want to have to parry anybody. I don't want to have to do anything. I just want to, you know, waltz through Central Yharnam, get my vials, and, you know, be done with it. Oh, I guess those guys don't spawn here at this stage. Okay. Look at that. Yeah. So if you missed last last week's episode, the thing that one of the big things that you missed is these things right here. In eliminating Rom, we seem to have lifted the veil, so to speak, and now all manner of eldritch horrors are revealed to us. And crucially, it seems as though, this is not as though we've suddenly opened a door and allowed these gigantic creatures into our world. What it seems like has happened is these things were always here, and we can just now see them. They were hidden before. It's not that they weren't here and we ushered them into the world. It's that they were always here, and it's only now that we can see them. So remember way back in like episode 2 or 3 when there was like some items over here, and we came over here and we picked up those items, and we got sucked up into the sky and hurt a lot. We got hurt real bad. It seems as though this thing was there the whole time and just yoinked us right off the ground. It was there the whole time. But we're here now because we're gonna take a little trip. We have this Eye of a Blood-Drunk Hunter. The Eye of a Blood-Drunk Hunter, its pupil is collapsed and turned to mush, indicating the onset of the Scourge of Beasts. A hunter who goes drunk with blood is said to be taken by the nightmare, destined to wander forever, engaged in an endless hunt. It is a fate that no hunter can escape. Interesting. We're gonna go on a little trip.
Curse the fiends, their children too. And their children forever true.
Huh. All right. Well, seems like we're just back in the Cathedral Ward. Except for there's nobody here. Where did everybody go? And the lamp isn't lit anymore. That's a little weird. A little weird. Okay, this door's shut again. And there used to be a door over there. What's going on here? Ah. Alright. Cathedral Ward's looking a little different. What's up with that? Looking a little gnarly. Looking a little weird. All right. It's not main right here. Okay, we got beasts. Look, another hunter over here. Okay. Alright. NPC hunter, but, you know, nothing we can't handle. Another one of them over there, and that gate is closed. Okay. Nothing we can't handle, right? More blood vials. Got some more little beasties over there. Okay. Let's go down there. Let's go down there. What do we got going on over here? Oh. They're all afraid. It's a little weird. More blood vials. Okay. Again, another kind of twisted version of a place we've been in Cathedral Ward. Immense knowledge, sure. Oh. Another hunter. Okay. Okay, that was fun. Oh, I missed. Alright, let's see if we can get him engaged with some of these. He's just gonna kill him. There we go. Ooh, ouch. There we go. Alright, you know, an above average number of NPC hunters, but, you know, they got nothing on us, so not a big deal. Absolutely not a big deal. Oh, excuse me. Oh. What just shot at me? Another goddamn dog. Ooh. Okay, these dogs actually deal with damage. There we go. Any other dogs who want to run up and attack me? Oh, it was this thing, okay. Yes, apparently there are more dogs who want to run up and attack me. Come on, come on. There we go. Okay. Oh. This guy wants to boogie. What's that guy, right? Yes, it was. Alright, we're still good. Feeling good, looking good. You know, is it a little weird to see a space we're, you know, sort of familiar with, all twisted up and weird? Sure. But, you know, it'll be fine. I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of this one in no time flat. Sure. Good to know that even in the twisted nightmare version of Cathedral Ward, there's still a bunch of friggin' crows just hanging out, being dicks. You know, it really wouldn't be a twisted version of this area without a bunch of crows hanging out being dicks. Hi, Emily. Oh, he doesn't know I'm here. You know, the lore keeps telling me that the visceral attack is one of the darker hunter techniques, but could it possibly be so dark if it's so fun also? I don't think so. And that's a shortcut back to where we started. Just like in the untwisted version. Oh, how do you... Oh, you gotta... I think we gotta come down from above to get that. Okay. Alright, how do we get... How do we get over there? Ah, here we go. Ooh. This guy's feisty. Okay, well, sure. Go ahead and fall off a cliff, see if I care. Doesn't bother me one bit if you want to throw yourself off a cliff. Got a little item over here. What do we got? Bloodstone. Where's that guy? Where are you? Where are you, buddy? Where the hell did he go? Did he just evaporate? Oh, no, he went right back to where he started. Oh, stamina? Ooh. And we got him. We got him, folks. That guy had a little trickiness about his dodge. Something tricky about that guy. Care for it. Old Hunter trousers. Okay. Slowly accumulating the, you know, what appears to be the Old Hunter set. See if we can dig up a couple more pieces of that. How do I get over? Do I have to drop down from up there? Let's just take in this vista. Look at that weird busted sun, or whatever it is. That is the jankiest sun I've ever seen in my life. Everything's a little off kilter here. So that's fun. Oh. Steven in the chat, that's what my dad said when I was born. That's what I'm laughing at right now. Okay. Okay, why can I not? There we go. Alright. Oh, I barely missed that. Okay. Oop, whoop, whoop. I'm falling off the edge. Come on, beasts. Go get him. Go get him, beasts. Go get him, beasts. We're on the same. Are we? We're on the same side here. If you attack this guy, it won't hurt you. This guy is much stronger than the other ones. Okay, hold on. I gotta actually concentrate. Fine. Fine. I really want to get him. I really want to get him with that fully charged R2. There we go. Oop. Oh man, he didn't even flinch. Okay, this guy actually is. This guy actually knows what's up. Oop, oop, oop. There we go. Okay, and heal. Oop. Oh, and I threw myself off the cliff that time. Are you gonna come down here? Or do I have to go? Yeah, I have to go up to you. Okay. Love to be like, wow, if only I were somewhere chill and normal, like a regular cathedral ward. Yep. Exactly. Ooh, nope. I went too far. I went too far. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Okay, well. Flaming ball. That's a new one. We're throwing fireballs. Oh, wait, where did Mr. Firecracker go? Are you? Oh, there you are. There you are. Well, while you're down there, let me actually just collect all these items. Thank you for giving me the space I need to collect. Oh, is it just these two? Okay. Oop. Beast Cutter. Nice. Okay, Mr. Firecracker, come over here. I got him down to half. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. See, does that seem like it could possibly be, you know, one of the darker hunter techniques? I'm not buying it, folks. I'm not buying it. Ooh, oh, he got me good. That's Jesus. I'm not buying it. I don't buy it for a second. Nope. I'm not buying it for a second, folks. There we go. More blood vials, thank you, Mr. Firecracker. Okay, seemed like there was something. Yeah, exactly, Emily. If visceral attacks are wrong, I don't want to be right. Seemed like something was going on up here. Something. Let's just take a cautious look around. Let's top off. Let's just top off there. Have this item over here. Old Hunter Garb. Okay, we're one piece away, I think. What are we missing? Gotta try the gloves, I think. Gotta be around here somewhere. Here somewhere. On this corner, maybe? No. Okay, we got a couple guys over here. Going up to the Grand Cathedral. Let's just go get them while they're... Oh! Let's actually not do that right now. We're not gonna mess with that. Oh, he's coming for us. Oh, he wants us. He wants us bad. Ooh. Ooh. He wants us bad. You gotta be able to visceral this guy, right? Or parry, I mean. So important to ooh, get that timing right. Ooh, yeah, and there we go. Oh, that didn't do... I'm not seeing the percentage of damage I wanted to see on that. Ooh, okay. I wanted to see a bigger chunk of that health bar go away. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to see a bigger chunk, you know, evaporate. Oh, no. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Okay. You know what? Let's just, you know, we're not gonna... This one's not on me. This one can't possibly be on me. Someone else will take care of that. Sure, yeah. Okay, looking familiar. Looking more familiar. Oh. Well, this is different. This is a little different. I'm noticing one difference. Huh. Let's just pop the monocular out. Okay. Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can I just get the... Yep. Nope. Eye pendant. Sure. Sure. Oops. Let's just take a quick look at that, right? Eye pendant. An eye pendant which unlocks the surgery altar. There are 2 cathedrals in the Hunter's Dream. Hunter's Dream, interesting. One lies past the River of Blood. And another contains the private research hall of the Healing Church. Only members of the Healing Church, or their lamentable patients, can enter the research hall using this eye. Grant eyes to the surgery altar skull. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, we're here. We're here, club. Emily, damn, I've been trying to unlock the surgery altar for years. Yeah. Well, turns out you gotta go through a river of blood first to get there, so I don't know if you've tried that. Okay, he all right, fine, buddy. Let's see if I can just sneak up behind this guy real quick, and then just like, there we go. Oh god, I keep wanting... Will you follow me in here? Is this what, is this, are we doing this? Okay, we're doing this apparently. Ooh. Okay. There we go. God, okay, I remembered those guys being 6 blood vials though. Okay, you know what? I'll take it. I remembered those guys being I don't know what the I don't know what the Bloodborne equivalent of bullet sponge is, but you know, very tough customers. Very tough customers. Did I miss the 4th piece of the... Hold on, let's just take a quick trip back. Because I thought that whole outfit was in this section. I could be wrong. Let's just take a quick scan around while everyone's dead, because that just makes it so much easier, you know, when everyone's dead. I guess I could... Okay, let's go over here again. While I'm just bopping around over here, just to fill the newcomers in, this is the DLC, the first section of the DLC content, the Old Hunters DLC. We actually got the key item. Oh, is it this over here? We got the key item to enter this kind of a long time ago. Vermin, okay. Kind of a long time ago. But as you can probably already tell, it's sort of a tough area. It's, you know, it's definitely like a higher level area. So, you know, I personally wouldn't recommend coming here as soon as you possibly can, unless you really know exactly what you're doing, or, you know, the only real reason to come here super early is if you want the garb or some of the weapons that are unique to the DLC, which either you've already played the game and you know what they are and you know exactly what you're coming here for, or you haven't, and I wouldn't sweat it. But yeah, we're officially in DLC territory right now, which is you know, I think I've said this before. Oh, is this it right here? Yep, there it is. Okay, cool. I was right. I think I've said this before, and I think the sentiment has been, you know, mirrored by Emily and Clem in the chat. The Bloodborne DLC is truly one of the best DLCs I've ever played, and honestly, like, it's hard to imagine, you know, attempting to do kind of like a series like this one where we're not just doing gameplay, we're also kind of focusing on the lore and the story, such as it is. It's hard to imagine doing a series like this without featuring the DLC content pretty strongly. Just because there's so much going on in the DLC that doesn't necessarily answer, you know, doesn't answer questions that you have from the main game, but like rounds out the portrayal of all of the things happening in the main game to such a degree that, like, once you know what's here, the main game, again, it's just hard to imagine not featuring this content just because there's so much going on here. I mean, one boss in particular is just like, you know, canonically, you know, one of the fan favorite bosses. Yeah, it's just like I couldn't rightly do this series the way that I've laid out without doing this. To do a roll there. You know, that being said, this is some bullshit right here. I cannot shoot them from here, apparently. Okay. Where do I want to go from here? I want to go here. Oh, god damn it. They got me good. They got me good, folks. They knew exactly what. Can I get you from here? There we go. That's what I was trying to do. There we go. Just clear the decks a little bit there. Alright, fellas, what you gonna do without all your machine guns? What you gonna do? Ow. Rude. I thought there was... I remember there being one more, but maybe I'm just remembering the one that shot me over there. Oh, nope, there is one more right there. There we go. Yeah, those things suck. One of the many innovations of the so the area, curiously, the area we're in right now was referred to as the Hunter's Dream by the Eye Pendant, which I had actually forgotten that was, you know, how it was referred to in there. There's another one of those. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. Okay. See if we can get this guy. Oh no, he's not the red eye version, so I think I can. Oh, I want my hammer out. There we go. Yeah, I can sit with this guy. Okay, we'll do that 3 attack combo and then get out. And stamina. There we go. Yeah, it's only the red eye version that I can't stagger with the Kirk hammer. Okay. Okay. Right, okay. Let's just take a quick look over here. Looks like we found that river, the aforementioned River of Blood. Get a look at that. Oh! We're not done with this nonsense, apparently. There we go. What do we got here? Some shard, okay. The first time we've seen these enemies before at the Forsaken Castle Canehurst. Saw them there briefly, and apparently they're making they're reprising their performance here on the River of Blood. So that's fun. Okay. Delayed Molotov, sure. Alright. Drop down to get an item there. What's over here? Okay. I can't lock on, but it does look like there's a guy right here, right? Also seeing a troubling number of what appear to be oil urns. Well, I blew myself up, folks. Whoops. I showed him, yep. Okay, he's just... okay. Boom hammer, there we go. I really showed him who's boss. No one blows up me but me. Oh my god. I do have 23k souls. Or echoes, rather. So the tricky thing about the Hunter's Nightmare is there's just an absolute shitload of like just little things that'll get you, you know, in case you haven't noticed. Like, it's really easy to just walk into a situation and just get your ass handed to you. Okay, sure, yeah. Ooh, yeah, I thought I could get him. Okay, well, I don't like that. I don't like that. So I'm running away. That was scary. Oh, he's following me. Oh, I'm not dealing very much damage to this guy. Ooh, and he's dealing lots of damage to me. Okay, we're leaving. Oh, I'm not running the right way to leave. Yep. Ugh, I can feel that one coming. Yeah, there's just lots of stuff in the Hunter's Nightmare that like will just get you if you're not careful. Like that just now. And so there's lots of high value in terms of blood echoes. There's lots of high value enemies here. There's also lots of traps. There's lots of ways to get your ass kicked here. Lots of ways to get your ass kicked. I'm gonna try to get back to where I was as quick as possible. Are you all really coming after me? And we're gonna let those guys screw around with Big Boy up there. We're just gonna go back this way. Go. I mean, yeah, already you'll note you know, I had, what, like 20k a second ago. I'm already just getting back to where I was before, already up to 5k, so it's like, yeah, even if I lose them, this is just one of those, like, it's such an echo-rich environment that it almost doesn't matter. Will you get up here? Will you? Yeah, there we go. Come here. You come here. Yeah, like that. Ooh, he got me good. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay, let's take out his little buddies. But you have my souls. Well, look at that. Thanks for delivering my souls to me, bud. Okay. 30k. Holy guacamole. There were a couple guys in here, right? Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Now... Oh. Do I want to try to take out that little beast man? Now that I have even more echoes than I did before. Well over a level worth of echoes. I kind of want to since I'm already here. Let's, you know what, I think there's a better use of our time, honestly. Oh, can I? Yeah, let's get that item. That little beast man will be there. We'll be there later. Old Hunter top hat. Okay. Now, something that I have failed to remark upon so far that that some of you may have picked up on, perhaps. Oh, no. You leave me alone. You leave me alone. Okay. Something that I failed to remark upon is the fact that all those NPC hunters... Oh, they all came back. They all came back when I died. Usually they don't come back when we kill an NPC hunter. You know, in the waking world... Are you just gonna spit at me? You're not actually gonna come to me? Okay, fine. I'll come to you. Fine. You know what? I gotta do all the heavy lifting around here. Oh, now he wants to fight. But they all came back this time. Every single last one of them. Crimson Cold Blood. So, you know, what gives? What's up with that? We already kind of got an answer for that, which is that, like... Somebody shooting at me? Oh, yes, I think so, actually. We already kind of got an answer for that. Oh, you got... Ooh. Okay, let's just concentrate for a second. everybody just calm down. We already kind of got an answer for that, which is, you're just gonna shoot at me, I guess. Can I get your attention? There we go. Oh. You're still alive somehow? Not anymore. We already kind of got an answer for that, which is... this is like a, you know, an eternal kind of like torment for... Roll, run, and heal. Kind of an eternal torment. This is like hell for hunters, basically. A hell seemingly specifically designed for hunters. Which, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? There we go. Which is to say, once a hunter has like crossed, you know, a specific, you know, boundary of, you know, some sort of whatever, like ethics or, you know, that kind of thing that that the hunters have, which there don't seem to be many of, but they do seem to have some. You know, once a hunter crosses that boundary, can't be controlled anymore, can't control themselves anymore. It seems like they all get tossed into this weird, you know, cyclical nether realm. Let's open this door real quick. And here they reside forever. And even if they die, they just get right back up and keep hunting forever.
You're a hunter with your sanity, aren't you? Must have taken a wrong turn then, eh? Well, we're more alike than you think. This is the hunter's nightmare, where hunters end up when drunk with blood. You've seen them before. Aimless, wandering hunters slavering like beasts. This is what the poor fools have to look forward to. So, don't be brash. Turn back before it's too late. Unless you've something of an interest in nightmares.
Oh, I would say I have more than an interest in nightmares, my friend.
Oh yes, I see. You sense a secret within the nightmare and cannot bear to leave it be.
Oh yes.
As if the spirit of Bergenworth lives on within you. Such inquisitive hunters will relish the nightmare. But beware. Secrets are secrets for a reason, and some do not wish to see them uncovered. Especially when the secrets are particularly unseemly.
Is that right?
Beware. Secrets are secrets for a reason.
Secrets are secrets.
And some do not wish to be discovered, especially when the secrets are.
Okay. Fascinating. Yeah, seems like I'm not the only one who's interested in those secrets.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire? Very well.
That guy's name is Simon,
Let the
if
echoes
I
become your
recall
strength.
correctly.
Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
All right. Yeah, and we're almost halfway to our next level. Yeah, let's pop another one in Vitality. I bet I can crack open some cold blood
Farewell,
and get the rest of the way. Let's see what I still got. 9. Let's see. Right. A couple more. How to do it. Do 2 of these, I think. How to... Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, cool.
Welcome home. What is?
Okay, what do we want now? Let's put 1 more in vitality, get it up to where we have endurance, and then we can start reassessing. I feel like that. I think we've got another 100 hit points over where we were before, when I was like feeling the heat last episode. So I feel like we're doing okay there.
Farewell, may you.
Okay, and so you might be wondering, okay, where we lit a lantern in the Hunter's Nightmare? Where did that end up? Did that end up with the other Nightmare ones? Nope, because we have Lecture Building and Nightmare Frontier over here. Would it intrigue you to find out that this headstone is where we can go back? We can return to the Hunter's Nightmare. Some of you may recall that we have previously found the doll praying at that headstone. Yeah, Emily. Yep. So what could that possibly mean? Okay, now that we've unloaded all those echoes, I feel a lot more comfortable. Let's go take another whack at that weird little beast man. Now that we don't have to worry about those echoes. Whoop. Are you coming up on me? Get rid of this guy. These notes say. Oh, lever. Okay. Oop. Forgot about this guy. He didn't see that one coming. He thought he had me dead to rights. Where do I want to go? Where do we go? Let's ignore that guy spitting at me real quick. Oh, okay. That was the reason that was funny to me. Is just like maneuvering around those 3 guys in like near total darkness, mostly not getting hit, was just very funny to me personally. Okay, let's see if we can take another. Should I try parrying this guy? I feel like I don't know exactly when I want to pull the trigger for the parry on this guy. No. Oop. Oh, I'm against the fence. I thought I had more room. Oh man, okay. Get me the hell out of here. Alright, come on, bud. No? Not quite. Oh man. Oh, okay. Give him the gas. Yeah. We all know how tough you are. I love Beast Boy. There are a couple of those little Beast Boys throughout the game, right? I feel like sometimes sometimes from is this is something that just reminded me of Tears of the Kingdom. Both Nintendo or the whoever the dev team for the recent Zelda games and FromSoft are both really good at putting characters in their games that like demo features of the game that you might not stumble upon yourself. I feel like Beast Boy is one of those characters where it's like it probably is not super obvious that oh my god. Okay, let's just get it together here. Alright, yeah, fuck you. It might not be totally obvious that you can be Beast Boy. If you want to be Beast Boy, you can be Beast Boy. And so they have a tendency to like put these characters in the game, especially for like the NPC invasions, NPC hunters in Bloodborne, that kind of like show you stuff that's like off the beaten path as far as like character builds or whatever. And that's something that I really appreciate. That like that is how they teach you that these things exist, you know. There's one coming for me. And like comparable. The reason I'm thinking about Tears of the Kingdom in relation to that is like, that team like will teach you the possibilities of like building stuff by having like enemies build stuff in particular ways that maybe you wouldn't think of if you didn't like see it in the game or whatever. I didn't even hit him that time. All right, we're gonna go a different route here, I think. All right. Yeah, come here. Ooh, well, apparently we're gonna go the same route, which is getting our asses kicked. Oh, he has a lot of hit points. That's fun. Okay, stamina. Come on, come at me. Come on. Boy, yeah, he has a ton of hit points. I actually want to go back to... Oh, okay. I'm trying to anticipate the build-up for his attacks because they're so quick. But I'm just missing, it turns out. Yeah, I mean, that is the problem with trying to parry his attacks, is they're all real quick. Oh, okay. Even that one, which is like slower. I think I'm not quite sure I know where in the attack animation I need to be going for to nail the parries. Oop. Keeps trying to beast roar me too. Ooh, whoa. Walked right into those. Nope. God, I feel like I'm close. On some of them, at least. Oh, yeah, got me. Okay. Ooh. Okay, okay, well, that's not good. Yeah, Emily, I had to have been getting close on the parry for some of those, because it's like, I might not. I don't know if I'll give that another shot. Just because without being able to nail the parries, my damage output is just a little too low to make that fun, frankly. Yeah, it's got to be just such a narrow window to get the parry on that guy, though. Parries are bad. Exhibit, 184 in the case against parries. Oh, all right. It's just the timed. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's go collect my soul or echoes and then explore the rest of this river of blood, shall we? Oh. Okay. All right. I didn't think y'all came up here, but okay. Yep. There you go. Go back downstairs. Good boy or good girls or boys or whatever you are. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, let's go grab those echoes. Go. Let's take a quick look around, because we, been tunnel visioning on the little beast boy. We got a whole river of blood here. We can't spend too much time on beast boy. Can I get? Nope. You're gonna come. You're gonna come and get me. Oop. Oh, that is so many more attacks than I thought you had. Stamina. Oh, you're coming for me too now? I hate to say it, but no fair. Oh, and now you're coming. Okay. Everyone wants a piece. Oh, they're gonna get me. Oh, no. These ones are, similar to the ones at Canehurst. These ones are not that aggressive, honestly. Like you can kind of navigate your way around some of them at least. It's just, oh, come on. Okay. Yeah, whatever. There we go. Yeah, like look at the leash radius on that one. Like it's super easy to kind of like lose aggro with these guys. It's sort of similar. I feel like the Canehurst ones are a little bit more aggro. But these ones are pretty tame, honestly. I mean, they're tough. I wouldn't want to. The biggest threat with these ones is like if they start actually ganging up on you. You can kind of get them to forget about you pretty easily if you get overwhelmed. Okay, now it's your turn. Oh, God. They love to spit on you. I just love spitting. Ooh. Oh, you're leading me into a trap, aren't you? I think so. Oh. Chunks, hell yeah, okay. Something bad is in here, I think. I reckon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, oh, the camera's screwing me. Don't you want to come over here and fight out in the open? Doesn't that sound like fun? Fighting out in the open? Where I'm not in just a long straightaway getting hammered by your minigun? Doesn't that sound like fun? Oh, he's gonna get me. Whoop, there we go. Do you want to come over here? Maybe, please? Here's a strat against this guy. I feel like I don't remember it because it didn't work for me very well last time I was here. God, yeah, what did I do with this guy last time I played this game? Ooh, okay. Oh, brother. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I'm not able to see things. Yep. That's a mean man. Yeah, that's a mean man. Yeah, but isn't there something good in there? I remember feeling like it was worth doing it before. Unfortunately, because yeah. Yeah, I don't remember exactly why I want to do this, but I do remember feeling like I kind of want to do this. Oh, okay. Oh. No, you stop. You stop. Okay, well, we're unlocking and we're rolling. Where do I want to be? Over here from, yeah. You stop spitting now. Take this one out. Or try to at least. Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm, Yep, that's what I was talking about before when I said you don't want them to gang up on you. That's what you don't want to happen right there. That is what you don't want to happen right there. Oh yeah, 830. Well, let's give this one more shot, getting over there and trying to take out that one hunter. While we're doing this, I mean, it's worth maybe talking a little bit about what we just saw in the Nightmare Grand Cathedral. We saw that big flaming, what looked an awful lot like the cleric beast, but you know, on fire and whatnot, and also asleep. You know, what did we find? Oh, they're all coming up here. Okay. What did we find in the actual Grand Cathedral in the waking world? We found that weird malformed skull, right? There is nothing like the flattening that you get with a fully charged R2 on the Kirk hammer. Just an absolute delight. Nothing like it in this world. What did we find in the Grand Cathedral in the Waking World? We found an enormous ornate altar, the centerpiece of which was... Oh, I always forget about this guy. The centerpiece of which was a strangely deformed skull. You know, something that, you know, one could imagine having once been human, but having perhaps, you know, mutated into something else. And when we touched that skull, following the Vicar Amelia fight, you know, what happened? We saw a vision that concerned Master Willem and Lawrence, the first Vicar. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, sure, yeah, definitely. Oh, I accidentally pressed that twice. Now, we actually saw Master Willem, right? I don't know if I would say alive and well, but certainly alive and accounted for at Bergenworth. The only other person in that memory, you know, let's assume for a moment that when we saw that memory, we were, oh man, we were like, you know, that memory was being transmitted to us via, you know, somehow was still stored inside of that skull. The only other person present whose memory we could have been accessing and who might be, you know, dead, and therefore we could find their skull, would be Lawrence, former student of Master Willem and first vicar of the Healing Church. Now we're in this, you know, this twisted version of the Cathedral Ward. And heal. And we walk into the nightmare version of the Grand Cathedral, and what do we find? We find a giant flaming cleric beast in the same spot where we found what we might assume was Lawrence's skull, right? And from some lore that I think we found on, I don't remember where we found this actually. We already know that you know, clerics, the reason the cleric beast is called the cleric beast is because it was, you know, once a cleric of the Healing Church. From that we know, you know, Healing Church clerics are like high level members of the church, one way or another, make the most horrific beasts. You know, obviously Cleric Beast was like something of an order of magnitude larger and more imposing than any of the other standard issue beasts we've encountered. And you know, we found out one way or another, and again, I forget where we saw this, but you know, Healing Church members, when and if they go into, you know, Beasthood, make the most frightening beasts. So, you know, perhaps it would stand to reason that Lawrence would be something like the Cleric Beast if he you know, became a beast. We haven't really seen any references to Lawrence being a beast, though, and it certainly, you know, seems a little odd to just find Lawrence in the Hunter's Nightmare, which is like sort of an exile for deranged hunters. But you know, hard to say if that's not him. Hard to say what's going on there. Okay, I don't really have a plan here, honestly. Should I try to? The problem is, I really need the like little belt light. I have put up. Did he de-aggro on me? Hold on. No, he did not. Well, he's not chasing me. Oh, now he is. Ah, I thought I de-aggroed somehow for a second. Damn. That would have been very, very useful. I wanna parry him, but in the dark it's like, ooh, kind of guesswork, you know. Yeah, I might need the little belt lantern for this. Okay, let's just try to get him. Oh, no, he's gonna get me actually. Oh man. He just does not actually have to ever let up, does he? I was trying to get in on him when he was like, when it felt like he was going to be done shooting, but I don't know that he has very much of a cooldown there. That might be something that I give up on for the time being. At least until, you know, perhaps later game when my damage output is enough that I can just kind of, you know, pulverize him or whatever. I wanted to get a little further into the Hunter's Nightmare. How much more time do I have for tonight? Yeah, okay. I did want to get a little bit further. Let's just kill this guy real quick. Into the Hunter's Nightmare. The second lantern, perhaps. Or lamp, whatever they are. Lots of grossness happening. Not sure if that's apparent. Lots of sicko shit. Alright, yeah, come on. but he's over here. Yeah, there he is. Got some more crows. No, I don't. I obviously don't want to lock onto the crow. There we go. Tell you what, the Kirk hammer makes quick work of those guys. You know, I think I've said this before, I'm usually a Ludwig's Holy Blade kind of guy. Ludwig's has some stuff going for it, but the thing that it doesn't have, or rather that the Kirk hammer has on Ludwig's, is pure stagger power. Ludwig's just doesn't quite stop folks in their tracks the same way that the Kirk hammer does in hammer mode. Especially those like NPC type enemies, like those guys, they have to work real hard to get in anything between Kirk hammer swings. How many times are we gonna do this? Come on. Oh god. Yeah, they have to. Oh wait. No, this is. Where did I find that dog? Was that over here? Yeah, that was over here. Okay. Anybody else? Yes. Yeah, they have to work real hard to get in anything between Kirk hammer swings. Okay. Okay, looking a little less now. There's someone bad over here, right? Oh yeah, look at this guy over here. Another red-eye hunter. Oh, he's gonna get me. He's gonna get me. Heal, and thought he passed. Ooh. Come on. Oh. And... Ooh. Oh, I'm still up. Rush me. Come on, rush me. There it is. Those red-eye hunters. Beast hunter Safe. Safe? I don't know how to pronounce that. Once I get to, we'll read some of the descriptions on the old hunter stuff. How the hell do I get down from here? Some of the descriptions on the old hunter's gear once we get to the second lamp, which I don't remember. I think I'm closing in on it. I don't think there's much further to go. We shall see. One thing that I do really appreciate about the Old Hunters DLC is like the manner in which the landscape is like warped and twisted allows them to kind of like frame stuff in a way, in like a very specific way that like, you know, not to say that like the main game is not very carefully crafted in any kind of way, but like the twisted nature of the landscape allows them to do a level of like framing different elements of the landscape and the cityscape that just wouldn't feel quite right. Oh boy. Yep. Okay. Sure. And they just take it to another level. Here, look at these poor little bastards. Okay, what do I want to do here? Let's be real. What do I want to happen right now? Oh, I'm stuck. Now walk through the again. Okay. Sure. Where is he? There he is. You see nothing. You see nothing. Yeah, here we are. Featherlight step. Just take a featherlight step. You know what? Bloodborne doesn't get enough credit for its stealth elements. Definitely does not get enough credit for its stealth elements. There we go. Okay. We have a little more time to do a little bit of tiny bit of backtrack. Yeah, okay. So you might recognize this particular structure as mirroring a structure in the waking world. To a certain degree, the stairway that like leads down into Old Yarnum is kind of what's being mirrored here. Oh, come on. There we go. 2 more chunks. Gotta love that. Summon Henriette, an NPC summon sign, which you know what that means. We're near a boss. Oh, look at that. Oh, okay. Ooh, you got me dead to rights there. Holy moly. Right, I can't stagger these guys. What am I thinking? There we go. Nope, missed. There we go. Oh, okay, all right. Gotta be quicker on the draw there. Okay, come on, this is getting silly. Just let me kill him. Ooh, oh. Oh, come on. All right, let's reassess. Let's back out. There we go. Okay. He had me against the, up against the wall there for a second. Let's see what else we got here. Remember there being another interesting old hunter item over here, which is why I wanted to do this before. Oh, goddamn crows. Wait, can I come in from the other end? Or yeah, I can. Okay, totally. Let's do that. I don't really feel like jumping into the middle of a bunch of crows, frankly. Can I just Molotov y'all? Yeah. What else we got over here? There we go. Blood vials, sure. Look at all these bodies. Awful. I mean, you know, not to put too fine a point on it. Like we've heard from like multiple. Whoop. Interesting. A snail person plummeted from the sky to their death. We haven't seen any enemies like this around here, have we? We haven't seen any enemies like this anywhere, have we? Seem to have, I mean, it doesn't look like as though, I guess it could have dropped off of a ledge, but it doesn't really look like that, does it? Looks like it just fell straight out of the sky. That's a little weird. That's a little peculiar. Maybe worth, you know, filing that one away for later. That little tidbit. There we go. Whirligig saw. That's what I was looking for. What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, just on the masses of blood and bodies everywhere. We've heard quite a bit throughout the main game about you know, the violence inflicted upon, you know, basically everybody. Okay, we're running. The violence inflicted upon basically everybody by the hunters. What I think that like all of this is really meant to impress upon you is just like the sheer volume, you know, of probably nothing, yeah. The sheer volume of like death and violence and pain and misery inflicted by the hunters. Like those are not I don't think those are the bodies. Some of them are the bodies of hunters, but the vast majority of them are just like, you know, this is what hunters do, you know, this is what hunters create, you know. Hunters are trained to generate this. You know, in a lot of ways, hunters create their own nightmare, right? The horror of the hunter's nightmare isn't that like, oh, it's such an awful place and we send hunters there to be miserable. Like, no, it's horrific because the hunters who are sent here, this is all they know how to do, is to create this exact space endlessly. All right. Let's look at some items, shall we? What do we got here? Yeah, so this was the first one we came across, Beast Cutter. This is the last one of the Red Eye Hunters that I fought. This is the weapon that those guys wield. A trick weapon wielded by the old hunters, this thick iron cleaver slices through the toughest of beast hides, and when transformed, the blade splits into sections, allowing one to lash it in the fashion of a heavy whip. This crude weapon relies on brute force and is regrettably inelegant, suggesting that the hunts of the earliest hunters made for horrific affairs, painted in sanguine blacks and reds. Then we found the boom hammer, a trick weapon used by the old hunters and crafted by the workshop heretics, the powder kegs. A giant hammer equipped with a miniature furnace. When ignited and fired, it emits a volley of flame that explodes furiously upon impact. Crush the beasts, then burn them. The brute simplicity of the boom hammer was favored by hunters with an acute distaste for beasts. Sure. Beast hunters, again, I don't know how to pronounce that. Safe? A trick weapon used by the old hunters. A second blade is found inside the curve of the main one. In its initial form, the safe can be wielded like a long curved sword, but when transformed, its blade is contracted, allowing for quick, repeated stabs. Although this trick weapon allows for adaptive combat, it was later replaced by saws and similar weapons that were more effective at disposing of beasts. Hard to not notice that it looks like a scythe, just perhaps with a shorter handle. And then the last one we just picked up was the Whirligig Saw, a trick weapon crafted by the workshop heretics, the powder kegs, another powder keg weapon. The weapon of choice for the old hunter Valter, the beast eater. This weapon pummels beasts in its mace form, but its true strength lies in its attached mechanical saws. These discs, lined with serrated teeth, spin rapidly, thrashing the flesh of beasts into fine shreds. This is the informally amongst the Bloodborne community known as the pizza cutter. Because let's actually just take this one out real quick. Oops, there we go. Yeah, so this is the mace form right here. Pretty standard stuff here. You know, nothing too special. Let's see the transformed version. So you can probably see why it's why it's known as the pizza cutter. Same basic principle, basically, you know. Let's switch back to Huntress. Yeah, so good. What else we got? What did we pick up? We got the old hunter's garb as well, right? Yeah, let's look at the garb. Old hunter garb. One day the hunters disappeared, and Yarnamites began to whisper of the hunter's sin. Drunk with blood, chasing after beasts, they would pass on to the nightmare, every last one of them. Huh. Interesting. Old hunter's cap with a wide brim that hides their sharp gaze. In the old days, when hunters were 10 a penny, this was part of the standard garb. In the old days, when hunters were 10 a penny. Hunter gauntlets made of brass to protect their weapon-bearing hands. At the time, some hunters believed that certain metals would ward off beast blood. On a night of the hunt, it is no wonder that some resort to superstition. Certainly. Old hunter trousers that protected countless hunters from the beasts in an older age. A widespread belief of the period was that beast blood crept up the right leg, and this led to the double wrapped belt. And the old hunter top hat warped by bloodstains. In the old days when hunters, yeah, again, 10 a penny, this was part of their standard garb. Now, something that is like kind of, if you've been paying attention, is kind of underlined here is the split between the what are kind of just referred to as the hunters. We know about the Hunter's Workshop. Gehrman is referred to as the first hunter, but we've also kind of seen references to Ludwig being the the founder of the Healing Church hunters. So like what's going on there? There's like some sort of split or schism that has happened, and now we're seeing these old hunter garments and some of the weapons kind of like pointing towards this. There was some period where hunters were just a thing seemingly separate from the Healing Church, and then something happened and those hunters all went away, and then there were Healing Church hunters, but they seem to operate in a different way or have like different principles or something. So and again, crucially, Gehrman, our mentor sort of in the hunter's dream, he was one of the old hunters. One of the hunters, where was that? Yarnamites began to whisper of the hunter's sin. That would have been Gehrman's sin. So Gehrman, creepy uncle. Yeah, but maybe not mentor. Creepy guy who shows up every once in a while to tell us something cryptic, and mumble in his dreams about something. He would have been one of these old hunters, the pre-Healing Church hunter era hunter. So yeah. The hunter's sin. I mean, certainly everything we've seen the hunters up to in the hunter's nightmare seems pretty bad. So perhaps we can imagine what that hunter's sin consisted of, at least in part. Yeah, we're right around 9, so I think I'm gonna call it there. I think I wanted to get in a little bit of play in the Hunter's Nightmare just because, like, I feel like it is interesting and important context for a lot of the rest of, just to have in mind, even before, like, the later areas in the DLC are much more, are even more heavy with, like, additional stuff that I can't even begin to get into right now. But even just that first area, just like knowing that it exists and being able to conceive of the world that created that space, and in a lot of ways perpetuates it, I feel like is really important to have going forward. And so I wanted to get that in. That said, I mean, you already saw me struggling with some of the harder parts of that DLC. The DLC is punishingly difficult in a lot of ways, and I probably won't get to the bulk of it until significantly later. I think I want to do most of the other optional stuff before really getting to the bulk of that. Am I losing frames here? Oh no. Okay, for a second I was. Just because it can be kind of punishingly difficult in a lot of ways, much more so than the main game, for the most part. So I don't know that we'll return to this, to the DLC areas anytime soon, but I did want to get through punishingly difficult. Yes. We're all having fun in the DLC areas, aren't we, Clem? No one's ready to fucking throw their PlayStation out the window while playing the old Hunters DLC. Nuh-uh, not me, no sir. But yeah, it's just, you know, I'm sure there are people who could crush the DLC without putting a bunch more, without being, you know, having late game, you know, weapons and equipment and stuff. I'm not really one of those people. I would rather do it when I'm, you know, when I have basically my end game kind of stats and stuff. I just think it'll be more fun and easier, certainly. So that's the plan there. Next time, I think we will return to the... I'm trying to decide whether I want to do Castle Canehurst or Nightmare Frontier first. I was thinking Nightmare Frontier, but, you know, we'll play it by ear. Certainly, Hunter's Nightmare, Nightmare Frontier feel like they kind of go together. You know, we're doing our little jaunt through various nightmares. So maybe that would be fun just to do back to back. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Thanks for joining me tonight. Emily and I are still talking through the logistics of when I can have her on, but that's also in the offing. So keep your ear to the ground for that one. Very excited for that. We'll finally get to the bottom of whether blood vials are good or not. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get to the bottom of that one. I love having Kirby, you know, production assistant Kirby here is with me, keeping everything running in the background. No, I mean, here's the thing, Clem. Like I said this last time on stream, like, you know, some of my jokes about blood vials aside, this is kind of the section of the game where I usually, frankly, start running into issues with blood vials, where I start just kind of like running out of them because several areas, you know, kind of late in the game, the blood vial drops just kind of like dry up, you know, like Yahar Ghul. The reason I ran out of them in Yahar Ghul is because you get there and it's like an army of enemies, almost none of which regularly drop blood vials, and like that's kind of the first time I feel like that's the first time like the ratio is that far off. And there are several like late game areas where I feel like that ratio pretty much stays that way, where it's like you're fighting tons of enemies, almost none of whom are really dropping blood vials all that often. And so I've run into this issue. I like basically every time I've gotten this far in this game, I've run into this issue where it's like I kind of start having to farm blood vials finally. I think for most people that moment happens a lot sooner in the game. I think I've seen people in, you know, watching playthroughs online get to that point in the Forbidden Woods, where they're just sucking down blood vials so often that even though the enemies in that area are still dropping them, it's not quite enough to keep up with their, you know, consumption. It just so happens that for me it's kind of late in the game that happens, and so I also just don't feel like it's that hard to this is my most toxic trait, is that I think that farming blood vials in Bloodborne is not that bad. You can just run through Central Yharnam and, you know, get together, you know, a few dozen blood vials. It just, I don't know, doesn't take that long. So it just never, it doesn't weigh on me the way it feels like it bothers other people much more than it does me for whatever reason. So yeah. But yeah, we'll hash that. I mean, we're gonna. I'm joking about this because I feel like Emily and I are more or less actually kind of not that differently minded on this. I think it just irritates her a little bit more. I think Emily is in the norm in that it just irritates her a little bit more than me. But like, I understand that there's like it is going to be, whether it happens in the late game or earlier in the game, it is probably going to be an issue for everyone at some point in the game, in a full run through or a playthrough rather. Yeah, for the people at home, yeah, if you're watching this on, if you're on Twitch, hop in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave me a comment. How much time did you spend farming vials in your playthroughs? Oh wait, you're asking me how much time did I spend? Let's see. I started farming. I didn't time myself, so I don't know for sure. I'll say that right off the bat. I started farming basically when I started, so I like finished editing the VOD, the YouTube VOD, for last week's episode, hit encode, and then started farming while I was waiting for it to encode, before the like final file was ready to be uploaded to YouTube, I think. And then I stopped when it was ready to upload and started uploading it and did some other shit. I think the encoding process took about 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. So about that, I want to say 35 to 40 minutes. And in that time, let's actually check how many blood vials I have right now. I think I got like around 200. Let's see how much I have right now. Yeah, I still have 230. So it was probably around 200 blood vials. So yeah. Well, whatever that's worth. That's nothing for a hunter. So yeah. I want to say it was about that, I predict Emily's issue is she refuses to go to an old portion of the game to farm. Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, the reason that I go to Central Yharnam is because the enemies are so weak. By the time you're in the mid game, the enemies there are so weak that like you can blast through them like it's nothing, and before you know it, you've got 50 blood vials, to play around with. Clem, you're spoiling our material for this later episode. God, okay. I need to. I'm cutting it there, ending this tangent. All the music on the stream is by Stevie Sphere, off the album Elevator Relaxation Tapes 1 through 4. You can find all their music on Bandcamp, and you should find it there because it's good. I'll post the link in the chat in a moment here. Thank you all for coming out and making this yet another wonderful stream. I feel like this has become like the highlight of most of my weeks. I really have enjoyed even the times I get my ass kicked. Really have enjoyed spending this time with y'all. So thanks for dropping by. Y'all have a good night. Saturday I will be streaming. Let's see, what's Chia? So this Saturday I'll be back with Saturday morning I'll be back with Dredge, and of course where I'll be next Monday, right here, hanging out with y'all playing some more Bloodborne. So until then, see you later.